So just my initial thoughts on the game. Um, there are some tactics involved, but it's much more about resource planning and working with your team. Because, like, you can spawn in quite a few times, but it's not unlimited. And, like, you need the armor. You're going to need the better upgrade. So it's very much reminiscent of, like, Apex Legends or, like, Warzone or some other game. Except this is more team-based, trying to do an objective instead of just team kills. But as I did have a match, as you saw, you can just do the team kills, and that can just wipe the team. So, yeah, it's very resource-based. It's very much of kind of just what we've seen before. There's different powers, there's different abilities. We've seen this with Concord, with Apex. We've seen this with Marvel Rivals. We've seen it with Overwatch. I don't really see how it's different or better. And right now, we just actually have one particular mode. Like, that's it. And ranked mode is coming later, but it looks like it's going to be just more of the same. And I just don't think people are really going to care. And, because it's not any different. And with Overwatch, just like with Overwatch, I think this should have been more like a PvE type of game. I think people would engage with that more, enjoy that more. Because a lot of players that grew up with live service 10 years ago were 10 years older now. And we just can't compete on that type of level like a lot of kids. And most of the kids, well, they're playing Minecraft, they're playing Roblox, they're playing Rocket League, they're playing Warzone or the multiplayer of COD, or they might focus now on Arc Raiders or something like that. So trying to break into that market, again, is just going to be really hard, like it is for pretty much every other game. So, and yeah, everything too is, I did a couple of matches, I only got 250, and for the cheapest thing here, I need 2,000. Like, I got to play a lot of matches. There's new stock every week, and there's also, some of the quests to do, and you gotta, like, level up each one of these every time you have a victory. So, win 20 games, complete all other quests, get 5 kills in a single match, the double shotgun, etc. Different kills, different whatever. So yeah, there's things to work through, but I just think it gets kind of boring and old after a while, because you try plenty hard, but there just isn't much there. Nothing really new. No type of hook. And people have already invested into Siege and Apex and Fortnite, and like they've already done some of that. And these guys with Highguard have taken different mechanics from those games and implemented them into their own game and kind of created their own type of flavor. But it's still the same food. So I think that's the problem that they have. Again, I don't think it's really going anywhere. Let's take a look at, since this is launch day, let's take a look at SteamDB. Right now there's about 40,000 people online, and it has a 24.7% review out of 12,000 reviews. Peak was just a few hours ago of roughly 100,000 on Steam, and now we're at 40,000. So people have played for a few hours, and they've played their thing, they've gotten their content, their B-roll, and they're going to make their videos on it. And that's basically it. And the game is going to be very grindy. We've seen, too, that the whole focus is going to be the microtransactions, and that's going to be pretty expensive. And, and there's wardens, there's weapons, there's different mounts to work through, and banners, and there's plenty of things to work for, but does really any of it mean anything? I don't know. And yeah, here's some of their store. And so yeah, with their credits, I don't have any. Maybe after a week after completing some stuff, I actually get some credits. But again, these are expensive. Let's actually see how much some of this is worth. Highguard Gold. So these are what we're looking at. Again, it's basically $100 for 100. And of course, the more you buy, the better. But which we've seen all before for the last 10 years. But yeah, they're selling you the mounts, they're selling you the skins, they're selling you the skins for your guns. Again, there's nothing new here. It's just the same thing. And the most expensive thing that I found, I think, is this, $2,200. So this is $22 for 3 different, seven included, but yeah. 4 mounts, a charm, a banner, and an emote. That's what we're doing. Yeah. I don't know. Also, too, the performance of the game was actually pretty good. I was having a pretty consistent 55, 60 frames per second here on the Xbox Series X, so that was nice. So it is seemingly optimized well. But yeah, it's just more of the same. It's just a different flavor. So thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you guys on the next one.